Hold on. We're not going to do it like that, folks. We're not going to do it like that. Sir, I'm going to be quiet when the person who's speaking at the table, and we're going to ask the same. That's how we get through this. We're over here at this end here. So,
hello, Mayor Adams. Thank you so much for coming out. So, I've also been a member of the Parkchester community, and one of the main concerns that we have, which coincides with what they also talked about, as far as safety and security in the community, what's being done to improve the communication and collaboration between NYPD and Parkchester security? Oftentimes, whenever there's something happening within the building, a resident or an owner can contact Parkchester security, and depending on when they come, they're told this is an NYPD issue. So we are aware that MTA is going to be creating Metro North. It just seems as though there does not seem to be a communication or collaboration between NYPD and Parkchester security. We just want to be safe. Right. You know, we want to be able to come home. We have elderly. We have our children. There was a time in which I've been living in Parkchester for 20 years, and there were police officers that would be canvassing the buildings from top to bottom. There were also times that I would go and you would see 12 midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, NYPD patrolling. I don't see that anymore. So I'm concerned for my safety. I'm also concerned for the safety of my fellow community members. So what's being done to improve the communication and collaboration between NYPD, Parkchester community, and what will soon be MTA police, since there seems to be three different jurisdictions, because it's all about security and safety for us.
Yeah, a great question. And when we came into office, collaboration was a word that was not used often. And everyone was, these walls and barriers. Like when I came in office and spoke with Chancellor Banks at the time, he was a chancellor, and I learned that my school principals did not know their commanding officers of the precincts. And we instituted that they will communicate, once a month, the borough commanders, because we all need to be on the same team of ensuring safety of our children and our residents. So when I hear you state that the security at Parkchester is not collaborating with the NYPD, that's a problem, because all of our law enforcement agencies are now part of this community of public safety. Our Parks Police, our NYPD, our probation officers, we're all part of one team. And so I'm going to let the inspector, give me your observations of it as well.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Hello, ma'am. I am Deputy Inspector Yerlin Moya, Commanding Officer of the 43rd Precinct. We'll speak later about this, but I am happy to inform you guys that we actually work very closely with Parkchester Public Safety. It's one of the first things we do as a commanding officer here at the 43rd Precinct. And looking at specifically the Parkchester area, crime is down actually this year, 5%. Actually, yes, it is actually. Yeah. Okay. Well, we have to look at the numbers, right? And when you look at the index crimes. Sorry.
Listen. Don't disrespect my people, and they're not going to disrespect you. When shots are fired, this man is not running away from those shots. He's running towards them. So he's going to answer the question. We may not like the answer, but he's answering the question.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So yes, so as I was saying, crime is actually down. Violence is way down here at the 43rd Precinct. And when it comes to Parkchester, we work hand in hand. Today, overnight, last night, we actually had a very unfortunate incident, a violent incident of a rape, of a stranger rape. And we actually worked hand in hand with Parkchester. They helped us identify the individual with their surveillance and their knowing of the community. And we actually were able to apprehend that individual. So he's right now being interviewed by our detectives. And Parkchester, like I said, is one of our better neighborhoods, and we'll continue to work closely with Parkchester.
I think that the question that was raised was the Parkchester security personnel in the police department. So we need to do something, because perception is reality for folks. And, you know, no matter how good our numbers are, people got to feel safe. And that's the balance. So you should organize, Chief, organize a meeting with the Parkchester security personnel and the community and talk about what do they need to see to feel as though that collaboration is there and how it could be done better. You wanted to add something?
Yeah, I don't want to prolong the question too much, but I was the commanding officer of the 43rd Precinct many years back. When I say many years, I left in 2020, and we did have that great relationship with Parkchester. We do have NCOs that cover Parkchester specifically, right, that work every day in that sector, which I'm sitting here with some Parkchester community residents, right? And we have that. Charlie Ortiz, former NYPD inspector who runs Parkchester security, awesome partner. There's a lot of stuff we got to do better, and we get it. This is one of those things we got to do better, and we will. So just remember that, okay? And I'm not going to say anything else. All right?
So I think that what I'm sorry, what's your name? Crystal? What Crystal raised, because nothing is more powerful than verticals. You know, although folks have their own security, it does not take away our responsibility to make sure that they're safe. And so let's incorporate, if they're asking to have those verticals, to have those walkthroughs, to see that visible uniform presence, we need to do that. Let's come up with a creative way to make sure that we do that omnipresence, because nothing is better than seeing that uniformed personnel that's there, that is interacting. You know, I want to deal with, you know, your numbers. First of all, your numbers are great. You know, we're doing a good job in bringing down the numbers of crime. Now let's have a real operation of bringing down the feeling of crime. I want people to be safe, and I want them to feel safe at the same time. So let's look at talking about some type of vertical operation.